Alright, timestamp. It's October 9th, 2024, a little bit after 4 o'clock p.m. Hurricane Milton is a couple, 3-4 hours away from making landfall. It looks like it's still going to hit like Sarasota, Bradenton. At least, it's a big storm, so it's going to affect everybody north and south of wherever it hits. The bright side is, if it had hit like St. Pete, that little dangly part, it would have sent a lot of storm surge right into Tampa Bay, and it would have scooped up more. It's kind of like one of Mickey's brooms carrying a couple buckets of water, running full force, and then scooping up more as it goes. And that event could kill thousands, quite frankly, because there's just so many people in Hillsborough County and Pinellas County and whatnot. Bright side, it just got downgraded to a Category 3 instead of Category 4. It's still 125 mile an hour winds, so it's not something you want to walk outside and say howdy to. But it supposedly, if the eggheads are right, is going to continue to weaken a little bit just because it's running into the wind shear from the cold front, which is good. We want it to weaken. The pressure is at 950 millibars right now, which is great. It actually dropped down, I'm going to get sciencey here, when it was north of Mexico and it was becoming a beast of a Cat 5, the pressure dropped down to like 890 something millibars, which it made the club. It's now one of like the five most, one of the 5 strongest storms recorded history kind of thing. It didn't affect anybody here. It might have done some skirting of North Mexico. As far as I know, there wasn't any real damage or loss of life, whatnot, when it did that, because it was just over the water. But you wouldn't think a storm named Milton could be, so butch, but it was butch. And it's been wobbling back and forth and slowly weakening. It weakened, got stronger again, and now is weakening as it's heading towards Florida itself. It would be cool if it was a 2 before it hit land, but I don't know that that's going to happen. If we get real lucky, it could. Spaghetti model, which is when you've got all those like different strands, different weather organizations and things like that, their guess as to what it's going to do. But all the different spaghetti patterns pretty much have it going over Sarasota, Bradenton. There's a couple of outliers that have it going even further south, like over Venice. And there's one outlier that's like north. It like kind of goes just south of Tampa. We're still good. It's been raining nonstop here for the past 5 hours. I don't know, something like that. And I mentioned this before. The street that we're on, we'll probably be an island for a minute, because everything around us usually floods, except our street. So we become this weird island. I've been doing food prep. We've got a stand-up freezer. I know I mentioned this before, but we've got a stand-up freezer that even when we lost power before with Irma, it remained just a kick-ass cooler basically for the next like 5 days. We still had ice in there after 5 days. So pre-cooked meats, made some rice, some noodles, things like that, got them in flat baggies and Tupperwares, and they're in there because we can air thaw them, and they're at least cooked. I got some veg, just opened up some cans, boom boom. We can put together some ghetto picnic stuff if we need to. We're okay on food, as long as the wind doesn't get really crazy stupid, because we do have a couple of tree concerns locally. The roof is fairly new, like within the past 5-6 years. We replaced it a little bit after Irma in 2017, because between the roof being old and then Irma just being She messed up our roof a little bit because storms do that. We actually had a very large hole in our ceiling and roof over the master bedroom. I could throw a basketball through it. It was neat because the water came through the roof and then hit the drywall ceiling, and we had a new skylight, which, you know, that wasn't factory. It's after model modification. Yeah. So at the moment we're okay. I think we're going to be okay as long as the storm keeps doing what it's doing. I've got some people in Manatee and Sarasota that I'm very concerned about. I have someone very special on the other coast, and it's probably going to be a 1 or something like that when this thing comes out the other side of Florida. I want her to be safe. I want her to know that I'm okay at the moment too. I love you, baby. So, yeah. Good times, right? Seriously, my friends in Manatee County, please, dear God in heaven, be careful. Be careful down there. Because this thing's coming, if it stays the way it is, it's coming right in to punch you in the face. And even if it just remains a 3, that's still mean. That's a mean storm. So please, dear God, be safe. If you're in the path, if you're on the beaches, what the hell are you doing? Get off the beaches. I know we're in Florida and we have a reputation for being stupid, but don't be that stupid. Half of our street is bugged out, the other half is sitting tight, so yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up from here. The rain is just going. But yeah, we're probably a couple hours away from it doing legitimate landfall. This is just outer band stuff. Because these storms, if you're not in the area, if you're not from the area, have ever been in the area, these storms are big. They're huge. I mean, when you look at it from a satellite standpoint, when Milton is like, when the eye of it is in the middle of the state, you're probably going to see effects, bands, wind and or rain throughout the entire state. Like if you were looking at it from space, it would just be circular storm looking thing, and then Georgia. These things can be huge. You know, in the core it's going to be a 3, and then it's going to be kind of the effects of a 2 and 1 going out. Area of effect, AOE. Still baffled that my kid was like, wow, you know what that is? Yeah, I know what that is. Anyway, please be safe. This thing is, Milton is an ugly, ugly baby. All right. It's going to be wet, but make it a great day.